But I've just been scarred so much from WWE and their poor decisions that, like, I just can't there's, like, a part of me deep down in my gut where, like, they might have Logan win. Like, that's what's, like, scares me. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burning Hammer Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Izzo, and alongside me, as always, is your other host, Dillon O'Brien. Dillon, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? Good to be back. Good to be back in the building. Little makeover. I was thinking over my loss at the Royal Rumble, and I decided that I needed a clean-cut look to restore wrestling, to restore honor back to this prestigious, beautiful sport, in the words of Gunther. So I went for a more clean-cut look. Anyway, I'm excited to be here, Mark. We got a lot to talk about. Elimination Chamber, looking like it's going to be a huge card. That was, which is pretty crazy for a. I'll just say this. I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty crazy that a pay-per-view before Mania. Usually these in between pay-per-views before the Rumble and Mania that are set as kind of that last final setup to kind of be the icing on the cake and finish setting everything up that wasn't set up for Mania yet. That's basically what this pay-per-view is for. And it's also to kind of hold the fans over until Mania because there is kind of a bigger gap. And because of that, in the past, they've treated this pay-per-view as such, and they've kind of just used it as a filler. And I feel like there was a lot of matches, not just the Elimination Chamber, but they've done so many where it was like it's been called. They did a Roadblock pay-per-view, they did Fastlane, they've done so many.
WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah, there are
just like
yeah
after it, but
yeah they've done so many. So, with that being said, usually these cards, like I said, they aren't given as much thought in like big time, but there's some big matches on this card. Like this is a big card, especially for a pre-Mania type of event. So it's really cool, man. I'm really excited.
yeah, it's definitely it. These sort of pay-per-views before Mania are treated like the go home shows before like premium live events where it's all sort of just like filler stuff. Like there's nothing much for the wrestlers who are on like the premium live event cards to really do. But this chamber card is looking pretty good and there's still a potential
Uh,
for another match or two to get added. So we're
yeah,
gonna start off with that.
I'd say easily just going into it. This is definitely like on paper going into the event, the probably the best Elimination Chamber match card ever for like the Elimination Chamber event, the Elimination Chamber titled event. Because there hasn't been too many. My
And
my
I
most
feel like
memorable one is the Cena versus Kevin Owens match that happened at an Elimination Chamber event. When Kevin Owens went over, NXT champ versus US champ. That's one of my favorite matches ever,
those were the
honestly.
days.
Like especially in recent memory. But like I literally can't think of a specific besides like Elimination Chamber matches. I can't think of a single match from an Elimination Chamber that has really like stayed with me. Besides that Kevin Owens John Cena match, and the three matches that are on this card besides the Elimination Chamber matches, well, it's two officially, and then one is like 99% gonna get added. So it feels like all three of those matches have the potential to like really stay with us and remember this event as a whole. So You could probably agree. So if you want to dive right in, I don't know what match you got lined up first, but let's get after it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's usually the premium live events that are named after like big matches usually don't do that well, like
Yeah,
Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank. So like those sort of
Hell in
matches,
a
I feel like,
Cell.
yeah, as a whole, those premium live events don't really hold up that well. But this one I'm pretty excited for, and I think they're probably going to start to do away with those in the coming months and probably into next year. Just having like the non-event based or the non-match based events that are like
Yeah,
that
the
have
only one I
all
could
Money
really
in the Bank.
stay sticking around like long term, besides Rumble, obviously, would probably be Money in the Bank, maybe, um, for a little bit longer. But I really do. I think Trips is going to start getting rid of some of these.
Yeah, so let's dive into this Elimination Chamber match card. Like I said, we're going to kick off with the Elimination Chamber match card. We're going to go over our thoughts and our predictions for all of the matches, and then we're going to get into some early match card predictions for WrestleMania 39. So we're going to start off here with one of the newer additions to the card, and that is Edge and Beth Phoenix is taking on Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor. Dylan, why don't you walk us through? Are you excited for this match? Because um, I don't know how I feel about it quite yet.
It's like weird. So on like the surface, like when I just like when it's a quick like think about it, I usually don't care too much. One for mixed tag matches, just because I just don't think they're ever like quite given the opportunity to like really showcase all four superstars. Um, quite our four wrestlers quite as much as like regular tag matches do, with either teams of two women or two men. But also, like I said, so and we're also like we've had this Edge and Beth Phoenix and Judgment Day thing. Like it's been fucking so long that this has been going on for. Where Edge just like the Judgment Day just like destroys Edge and then he goes out for a couple months and then returns and it's like the Judgment Day is my fault. I take responsibility and I will end them. And we're like, dude, didn't you say this like 3 times and then disappear and do the same thing? Like, and I love Edge. I'm just saying, like this
He
is
failed. He said, "I'm gonna kill them," and he
yeah,
failed at that, which is
like
fine.
multiple times.
It's okay
Um,
to not do what you said you're gonna do, but just like move on. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting tired of this feud.
So,
Um,
but it's like also the more I think about it and the more you dive into it, um, yeah, I mean, it's like it's four really talented people in the ring at the same time. So like it definitely like although it's a little stale at this point and we got like a tired taste in our mouth, we could very much like after this match go like, dude, what were we like easily could happen. We could very easily I think the biggest spot in this match with however way it goes, all I know for sure is that Rhea Ripley is not taking a pin here. I think the most likely outcome is Rhea Ripley pins Beth Phoenix in this match to get the win. Um, but yeah, it could go could go either way, but I do think the one big spot we're gonna get in this is possibly after the match, the Judgment Day are beaten down on Edge and Beth, and then you get a Rey Mysterio return, and he confronts Dominic, and finally, maybe finally hits his son, finally gives his son the spanking that he deserves, because Dominic's been a bad boy. All right, Dominic as ex-con Dom has been a bad boy, and mommy is not obviously giving him enough spankings to learn his lesson. So Ray is gonna have to come in and show Dominic who his poppy is. And I don't know why I'm hammering on that so much, but anyway,
I could see them Ray coming in and just like laying in to Dom, and then him just turn to Rhea and be like, "You may be his mommy, but don't forget, I'm his poppy." And then he just
yeah,
bitch slaps Dom right across the face.
yeah, yeah, I think it's
Right across the face.
yeah, Yeah, I think it's coming, and it feels like this is the place for it to come because it does feel like we're gonna get Dom versus Ray at WrestleMania. And listen, Dom is funny. Like Dom gets hate, and some of it is deserving. A lot of it is deserving. Um, a lot of the hate Dom gets, but like he is very much. Listen, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and saying that he has purposely played into this stupidness and dumb and like the fact that some of his lines are so dumb that they just make you laugh so hard. Um like he was like, I don't respect my father. In fact, I don't respect anyone's fathers in here. That's what he was like. In fact, I don't respect anybody in here's father, and we're just like, what? Like I was watching that Raw, and just like that line, I'm saying I don't respect anybody's dad. It was just like, I don't know. He plays
He
into it,
does have a lot of really good lines.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if it's like truly like him being so dumb or him playing into the fact,
I
like
think he's
playing into
playing
the.
into it.
So do I. That's
Like,
what I'm
I think
saying, and
people
I think
don't
that
give him enough
deserves.
credit. Like, I feel like people think that
I think he's
he's
playing into it. Yeah, and go on, my bad.
I just think that, like, not enough people think that he knows exactly what he's doing in the
Mhm.
sense where, like, people think that he's trying to be serious, but it's just not coming off serious. Like, no, like he knows he's like being funny and being unserious. Like, not enough
Yeah.
people give him credit for like just what he's really doing and the fact that he can be so unserious on purpose. Like, that's the thing. It's on
That's what I'm
purpose.
saying. I love the combination of him, Finn, and Priest. Like when they go out there without Rhea and like do a promo with just the three of them. I always think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's always like Finn coming in. He's like, let him speak, let him speak, and it's just like all right,
It's
yeah. And
funny.
Damian Priest messed up on Raw, and he was like, I'm gonna go in and win the Money in the Bank. Wait, no, not the Money in the Bank, the Elimination Chamber. And then he like tweeted and he was like, I gotta win the Money in the Bank now. um, and I thought that was funny. Like that's what I don't know. I've been loving all the Judgment Day stuff.
So here's a
So
question. Do you prefer them now with how they are now being like a less serious group, or do you prefer like how they were with back with Edge when they were just like super serious, like we're the Judgment Day?
I like it better now.
I agree.
I really do. And I don't know, some people get annoyed and think that they're going too far into the like comedy heel thing. Um but like if it works, it works. And if it's entertaining, it's entertaining. Like that's what it's
Exactly.
like. They've Judgment Day have been one of if not the most consistent thing on Raw besides Seth Rollins for the past like close to a year now. Like, and they've been like the most consistent, entertaining thing on Raw besides Seth Rollins, and nobody can argue with that. It's just a fact. Like, it is a straight up fact.
They're a great mix of like
That's what I mean.
individuals. Like
Yeah,
even
they're all
Finn.
different.
Finn
Like,
being like unserious, but he's also funny. Like Damian Priest.
I love unserious Finn. I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious. We get
Well,
a lot
and
of.
it's
I think serious Finn because Finn doesn't do the seriousness that well.
yeah. I mean,
He
because remember
does, but it's like, eh.
when we were at Extreme Rules, like when in the I Quit match at Extreme Rules, and he would just go, "Meh."
Yeah,
Like he could be unserious, and it's just like
yeah.
it's just him just having fun, and they're just a good mix of people with like Dom just being so absurd, like Finn's now leaning into it with his bucket hats and his outfits, and then like Damian Priest, just like the way his voice sounds is like really just like it's something else. He's got a great sounding voice. And then Rhea just like obviously being the leader, but just always calling herself mommy. And then they had that great spot on Raw, where Dom was just like in the air and then he just screams, Mommy.
Oh
And then
yeah.
Beth hit him with that with her
Dude, or
mother. I
Montez?
can't
Did you
remember
see
what
the
it's
clip
called.
of Montez running up behind
Oh
him
yeah,
and saying, dude, Montez is hilarious, dude.
that was
Dude,
so
it's just like there's
funny.
so many things of just Montez Ford doing stuff, and they're just like, yo, why is Montez Ford the way he is? Like, why is he like this? Because it's just him always doing weird shit, like, and then just like run, and then like throwing Dom in the ring. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's a great
But
clip.
yeah,
If you
the
haven't seen it, you gotta go just find that clip of Montez Ford throwing Dom back in the ring. It's so
yeah,
fun.
it's so funny. But
Who do
yeah,
you think's
dude,
gonna
that's
win this match?
yeah. Let's get back to that. I do think the most likely outcome for this match is Rhea Ripley pins Beth. That way there isn't a really decided winner between Finn and Edge, and they can probably carry that to Mania. And do Finn and Edge again at Mania. Or yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think
Yeah,
Rhea's gonna pin Beth.
I agree completely. Because you
I
can't have Rhea lose, even if she doesn't get pinned. You can't have her lose going into Mania.
no,
And um, I just think that Beth Phoenix is the most viable person to take the pin here. Because, like you said,
easily.
I think,
Yeah.
and we'll get into it later, but
I
I
think
think
Beth
they are
Phoenix,
gonna
I
do.
think that's kind of the only reason Beth Phoenix is in this match is
Yeah,
to
that
take the
makes sense.
pin.
I think we also
Um,
could get a few good spots in this match also with,
no,
like, Rhea
totally.
hitting Edge with some moves, Beth hitting Finn with some moves, like, I think we could get a little more, male on female action than we typically see.
Yeah, I definitely I'm trying to think exactly where this could go. What are the do you think we get a Rey Mysterio um return and probably like confrontation with Dominic? Do you think we get that?
Um, I think so because I think
Because if not, if not now, then when?
yeah, I mean, the only time it's either gonna be now or I think it could be on,
The
the
Raw
following
after
Monday
Chamber?
night Raw,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think they could
No, it
do it
makes
at
sense for
Elimination
Chamber.
Chamber because they, like you said, they could even if they don't like gang up on Edge and Beth Phoenix after the match, they could just be celebrating their win. Ray could come out and then Dom could just be like, "Hit me, come on, hit me," and then Ray finally just like whoops
Does
his
it?
ass.
Yeah.
So like, um, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I think that's a good point. I think there is probably a good chance that Rey Mysterio does return at Elimination Chamber. So, um, let's move on. I want to get into this hypothetical match that could take place. So there's been reports that we could get Becky Lynch, Lita, and I believe Trish Stratus taking on Damage Control in a little 3v3 action.
At Chamber?
That's what some of the reports were, yeah.
Damn. That
It
sounds
could
like a
be
Mania
nothing.
match to me.
I know, but, so yeah, I don't know, that's something to keep in mind. We won't give
I
our
think
official
that's yeah,
predictions, but
let's say if that happens at Chamber, then this Chamber card is literally fucking insane.
yeah.
Um, that sounds like a Mania match to me. What do you
Could be.
think?
I don't think it's
I
gonna
feel like
happen at Chamber.
that should happen at Mania, right? If that happens.
Um, yeah, but I also don't think it's gonna happen at Mania. I don't think it's gonna happen at all.
Yeah, I
So,
don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's more likely that
just
we
wishful
just get
thinking.
Bailey versus Becky.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll move on from that. But the next match we're gonna get into, as recording this at the time of recording, it's not official, but they are signing the contract tonight on Monday Night Raw, and that's Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar in a multi-million-dollar match
Actually, I think they're signing in on SmackDown.
on SmackDown.
I believe
That makes
so.
sense. All right. Well, then they're going to sign it on SmackDown. But
Either
obviously,
way,
this match is going to take place
yeah.
at Elimination Chamber. Which, before we dive into this match, I wanted to talk about a few things. Number one, what do you think this means for Brock at WrestleMania? Do you think he's still going to take on Bobby? Do you think they're going to do Gunther versus Brock? What do you think? What does this mean for Brock?
Yeah, this is super interesting because we were talking about this. So um in our eyes, it was for months leading up to this, me and Mark, of course, just like every other wrestling fan, like you guys do, watching at home, we like go over and we discuss what we think, where we think this is all going to lead to, match wise, because it all leads up to WrestleMania. That's what everything's for. So it's all going to lead to Mania. So we, just like every other fan, we're always talking about it. A while ago, it really felt like we were going to get Brock versus Gunther. There were a ton of reports, and with Gunther's push, and you could say it was even supported more in the Rumble, honestly.
They had
With
that great moment.
they had that great moment, that great stare down, and then Gunther setting the record for most longest time lasting in a Royal Rumble match. Even though he didn't win, he obviously looked incredible in the match, lasting over an hour.
Hour and 11 minutes.
Yeah.
And
So
it's also that record's just for 30 men Royal Rumble
yeah.
matches. Not to be that person, but if you even count the other Royal Rumble matches as Royal Rumble matches, that's up to you.
Yeah.
I don't.
So it felt like we were gonna get that for a while, but that would just feel random now, in my opinion. It really feels like we're going in a direction of Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew in a triple threat match for the IC title. And honestly, I have a lot more interest in seeing that than I do in seeing Brock versus Gunther. As much as I would love to see Brock versus Gunther, and I'd still love to see it at some point. And if it does happen at Mania, I'm not going to be disappointed. I think that triple threat match, and I'd like to see Gunther keep the IC title as well. And I don't think a feud with Brock is going to contain the Intercontinental title. Back to Brock and Bobby. So, along with you, once I realized and kind of decided that I didn't think they were going to go with Gunther, I immediately went back to Bobby because that easily makes the most sense. But with a match at Elimination Chamber, I mean, I guess I still do think they're going to do Brock versus Bobby at Mania. But I guess like with this getting added to the chamber, it makes me think two things. One, I think the Mania match is going to be a crazy stipulation. Like I think it's going to be something like maybe a fight, like maybe honestly another fight pit match. Like honestly, like something like with Brock and Bobby, which would be fucking crazy.
That would be kind of sick.
Yeah, so like maybe something like that. I could
F5
definitely see.
off the top.
Yeah, dude, I could definitely see it lead into, even if it's not a fight pitch, like some sort of crazy stipulation at Mania. And the other thing is that I don't think this Elimination Chamber match is gonna go down normally. Like I think it's gonna be really weird. I think I think we might get a reunion of the Hurt Business. I don't think this match is going to be like a regular match and have a regular finish by any means. But like I said, they easily could be doing this at Elimination Chamber to end this so they can do something different at Mania. That's the other reason that that they could be doing this at Chamber. So, and then that leaves us with, if they're not doing Brock versus Gunther and they're not doing Brock versus Bobby, who the fuck's fighting Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania?
And who's fighting Bobby?
Yeah, and who's fighting Bobby? So maybe
I think they do
Brock versus Bray.
No. I don't think they're gonna do Brock versus Bray because that also just feels super random. I think they're gonna do Brock versus Bobby.
I think so too.
And I don't think, like, although this will be their third match, they haven't, like, over the past few months, they haven't really been feuding. So it still does feel like
I
a
know.
new, like, reignited feud. So that's why I think the whole point of it, like, restarting again was to set up the Mania match. But I completely agree with you for their match at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be a normal match. I think something's going to happen at Elimination Chamber. Someone's going to get screwed. Something's not going to go down very cleanly.
And a Hurt Business reunion would be sick.
Yeah. And so my other thing I wanted to ask you is, do you think, because Bobby said that he's going to talk to his lawyers and his people to look over the contract, do you think that MVP is going to play, like, be one of those people or be by his side in the contract signing. That's what I
Uh,
think.
I could definitely see it. Maybe not at the contract signing. I think the Hurt Business gets back together at either by the Chamber or at the Chamber, though,
Yeah.
because they've been doing a great job at dropping these little hints, these long-term storytelling stuff, giving us clips of MVP and Bobby Lashley seeming to be, reconciling, and Bobby and MVP just being like, "Listen, Bobby, like I know how dominant you are. I'm not here to do anything besides support you. Do your thing." Like that's really what MVP's kind of been doing in the back, and then he's been letting Bobby do his thing and just letting Bobby waiting to see where Bobby's head is at, which I think is really good the way they're playing it with MVP. I think MVP is doing like really great, like subtle work right now that's being like undersold. The way he's like really like not playing too hard into the factor, like selling too hard, as in like let's get the Hurt Business back together. Because it would have been really easy to just have like to throw him in that position of being like the guy who's like, let's get it back together. You know what I mean? But he's not
Yeah.
doing that. He's doing it really subtly. And it's nice. So and we saw that take its next step when Shelton and Cedric came out as a tag team once again, and they got a win, and they did it with MVP ringside supporting them. And they didn't say anything about the Hurt Business getting back together on commentary. They were just
They
like,
don't
"Oh,
even
let's."
really call themselves the Hurt Business.
No, they didn't. They didn't. They were just like, "Yo, looks like MVP's back." Obviously, these guys used to have something and ended up not working out. It's kind of interesting to see the three of them back together. So yeah, I definitely think it's going somewhere with that for sure. And I think we can all agree they should have never broke up Her Business. Her Business
Yeah,
was
I
sick.
was just about to say, like,
Like,
I'll never forgive them for breaking up the Hurt Business
bro,
because
they were only together
they
for
were
like a
so
month.
awesome. I know.
Weren't they
It was
only together
so
for like a month?
awesome. It
Like,
wasn't that they were
it
not
wasn't very
together for
long at
long.
all
Yeah. So
because
yeah, and I
yeah,
just remember, dude, like, everyone was pissed because, like, everyone loved them. They ruled. So, like, why
yeah.
did you break them up? Freaking Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
Ah,
weird Vince thing. So I think Trips could be
Trips knows
uh
what's up.
yeah, I think he could be
He's
bringing
smart
them
enough.
back together.
But I wanted to also just talk about what you were talking about with, like, the way that MVP was, like, handling the reunion of the Hurt Business, because I feel like in the past we've seen when people they break up and then they want to get back together. There's that one person that's like pestering the other person, like, "Come on, like, let's do this. Let's get the band back together." But
Mhm.
MVP is not doing that, and it's nice to see. He's just like, "Listen, like, if you ever want to get the boys back together, like, just give me a call, or like, if you need anything, like, I'm here. Like, I know what you are. You're like an incredible talent. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and pester you and try to get the boys back, but like, if you want to, like, you can contact me and like we'll do it." So that's something that I
Yeah.
think not enough people are really talking about. And it's something that's like it's refreshing to see because we don't see it that much. So
No, yeah,
who do you
totally. Like coming from people who like the two of us, and I know there's fans out there too who it's like when you get this deep into wrestling and when you become this much of a fan like we are and so many other people out there, that you start to dive deep into every little aspect of this sport and this industry and this art and what makes it great. And that's why it's super fun to like get the opportunity when we're able to pick out the stuff like that, because I've hit the point now where it's like I really appreciate all that little stuff because it's just the storytelling is the most key important part of professional wrestling, in my opinion. Because you could go put on a 5-star match, but if the people don't give a fuck about who's winning and who's losing, then it's not going to matter. So the storytelling just plays such a key factor, and that's why I give a huge shout out to MVP in that. Like we were saying, but yeah, just
underappreciated for sure? MVP since his
underappreciated
recent
as like
return.
as like a creative mind in his recent return. And
Yeah.
but yeah, like we were saying, it's just like when it comes down to that little stuff, like that subtle stuff where you go, it's kind of interesting the way MVP is just being like, I got you. I'm here for you. Like let me
Yeah,
know if you need anything.
for sure.
And
But
it's cool.
also
So
bring back the Hurt Business. Like,
yeah,
that'd be
but
cool.
also bring back to Her Business. We need that shit.
Who do you think's gonna win this match, Bobby or Brock?
Yeah, I truly don't know. If I'm gonna say Bobby, because I see a Her Business reunion.
I agree, and I'm going Bobby because I think they're gonna do this match at WrestleMania, and I just don't. It's there's not gonna be a clean victory, so I don't know who's gonna help Brock or how Brock's not gonna get a clean victory like that to then lead to another match. So I think it's gonna be Bobby with some help, probably from the Hurt Business, which is going to absolutely rule. So we're both gonna take Bobby here. Also, the Burning Hammer podcast predictions World Heavyweight Championship of the World is not on the line in this. This isn't even really a match. At the Royal Rumble, me and Dillon, we really just beat the absolute piss out of each other. So we're still recovering from some injuries that we've got. So we don't know if we'll be able to make it for a match at WrestleMania. So you're just gonna have to stay up to date with our social media accounts to see when we're gonna be ready to go for our next match. So that's just something to keep in mind. So let's move on to one of the most highly anticipated matches of the last year. Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. Honorary use, former honorary use, taking on the head of the table, the tribal chief, the god, Roman Reigns.
Wait, I was just like laughing if you were just like, instead of saying like the guy, if you were just like the head of the table, the tribal chief, God. I don't know. If you just called him, I don't know.
So
anyway, let's move on.
Obviously this is going to be an incredible match, even if it doesn't go that long, which I don't know. I could see this one getting some time. I think it deserves it. Sami Zayn just came back on Friday Night SmackDown, attacked
It's gonna main
Roman
event
Reigns.
too.
You think so? Yeah, it probably is. It has to.
Bro, it's in Montreal.
It's gonna. I don't know
If
why I
it
even
if
say
that
that.
main evented if that main evented at the Royal Rumble, if Roman versus KO main evented at the Royal Rumble, then Sammy versus Roman is definitely main eventing in Montreal.
Yeah. So first of all, it was awesome to see Sammy appear on SmackDown and just bring it to Roman Reigns and the very few, well, not very few, but the bloodline minus Jey Uso. So I'm super excited for this match. I always
Oh
just
my
get
gosh.
chills thinking about it. It's gonna be awesome for Sammy to come out. I hope he comes out to his OG theme. Oh, let's go. I mean,
Yeah, bro.
we talked about it last week, but if he comes out
That
to
would be
that,
lit.
everyone's going to scream, "Let's go." They're going to blow the roof off of that place, and it's going to be unreal. So I'm super excited for it. Who do you I'll ask this. Do you think there's any shot that Sammy wins this match? Or give me a percentage of chance Sammy has for all you number nerds out there.
5%.
Okay. I'd
I
go
would
a
say.
little higher. I was
Where would
thinking
you
like
say?
I was thinking like
I think Sammy has like a 5% chance to win this
I was
match.
thinking 13%.
Okay.
But 10 of that percent is because it's in Montreal.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, so it's like that loss will be so devastating. But then, so will the reuniting, because this is exactly what's going to happen probably. Jay's going to come out at some point, probably trick Sammy, and then cost Sammy the title, cost Sammy the match. They're probably going to beat down Sammy, KO, and everyone's going to be so upset because Sammy just lost in his hometown. And then I think KO is going to come out and we'll get like to fend him off, and then probably get KO and Sammy little like stare in the ring, like look around and just like one of the
Uh,
hugs where they grab each other. So I guess like my thought is like I think that's the way it happens because in my opinion that's the only way that you can have Sammy lose and like still send the crowd home not completely devastated because you had such a feel good moment in the reuniting of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. How else? I mean, what else do you do, man? Like because I don't really know unless Sammy wins because I just like you need to do something to please that crowd.
yeah, you need a
Just giving
good
them the match isn't enough. You
you
need a
need a
good finish.
you need a good moment in this match. Even if Sammy doesn't win, like you need a good
No,
moment
yeah.
to kind of close the chapter with Roman, but ultimately start another chapter against the Usos. And I think that's a great way to do it is to get Kevin Owens involved. Do you think it's going to be a situation where like Sammy's sort of getting some steam, getting in some offense, but then the members of the bloodline sort of um interfere? Do you think Kevin Owens would come out then to try to even the odds, or do you think it's like a post match, everyone's beaten down Sammy? Um, Jay's like, "Oh, we got to stop," but then he tricks everyone, and then he joins in, and then Kevin Owens comes out. So do you think he comes out like in the middle of the match or like post match to then fend off the bloodline, and then we would get that great moment for like a hug?
I feel like post match is more likely. But it could really happen either, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, we're obviously getting Kevin Owens because it's like
Yeah,
not gonna not have Kevin Owens in Montreal either. So
for sure. Yeah, I think that's how they're going to do it. Post match, Sammy's going to have a valiant effort, but it's not going to be enough. So then they're just going to team up on Sammy. They're going to beat the holy hell out of him. KO's going to come out, um, probably clean house or at least scare them off, and then we're going to get that great moment. I think, like you said, I think you nailed it. I think they're going to be in opposite sides. There's going to be a massive chant going on, and then they're just going to walk up, and then they're going to hug. Maybe they'll even challenge the Usos for the tag titles at Chamber as well. So,
yeah.
if not then very nearly
What
after
if
that.
what if what about what was I gonna say? If Sammy does win somehow, how do you see it happening?
Um, if the only way Sammy, I feel like would win would be A, Kevin Owens gets involved. B, Jey Uso gets involved, but on the side of Sammy.
Mhm.
To then even the odds, take out Solo, take out Jimmy, and then it's like one on one. And I think it could be just a case of Roman Reigns just underestimating Sami Zayn, and then Sami
Yeah,
Zayn
I
sort of
agree.
bringing the fight to him.
I think if Sammy does somehow pull out this victory, which dude would truly be one of the most magical moments in WWE history. Be like one of the most unlikely ends to one of the most dominant reigns we've ever seen. um, I'd argue bigger underdog story than um Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30.
I think it would
Um,
definitely be the biggest moment of our lives, biggest wrestling moment of our lives.
yeah, probably. It would be truly insane to watch him do that in his hometown. Um, I just can't see it happening, dude.
So if he
I
does
want it to
win,
happen so bad.
what do they do with Cody at Mania? Is then the question.
Hmm.
Because you're not you can't turn either of them heel. I don't think they're going to just be like, listen, like two baby faces going at it. I think the only way they would be able to to get away with it would be to split the titles, but then I don't know how they would split the titles prior to Mania with Sammy holding both of them. So that's why that's like the thing with like as awesome as it would be to have Sammy win, it really wouldn't make much sense for WrestleMania.
No, I agree. I agree completely. So yeah, I agree, man. I just don't see it happening. But like I said, if it does happen, it'll be the craziest moment, probably of our lives. And it is a shame that this this storyline might not end in Sami Zayn being the one to dethrone Roman Reigns, because that's what we wanted it to be for so long. But um, I think that there's still a lot more to come from this storyline, that we're going to be super grateful for, and that even if Sammy doesn't dethrone Roman, the match and the moment, the main event in his hometown, it's going to be fucking special, bro. Like, even if he doesn't win, like, it's going to be very special. It's giving me chills thinking about it. Like, it's going to be so special. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, I think I'm excited. I'm really excited for it. We've been waiting a long time for this match.
Yeah, it's crazy to think like that we're here in this moment already, because it feels like it
Yeah.
was just yesterday we were like in the thick of it and we were trying to figure out when the turn was going to come, and then it's like we're here already. And I mean, I'm excited for it. Like you said, the crowd reaction is going to be unreal, and I think this is going to ultimately lead to Sami and KO dethroning the Usos at WrestleMania. Whether that's for one belt, whether that's for both belts, it really doesn't matter. I think that they are the ones to dethrone the Usos. And I think that Sami and KO winning tag team gold together is going to be a really magical moment. And it's going to be very special. I think more special than people are willing to give credit for it. So let's move on to the Elimination Chamber matches. We're going to start off with the winner of this match faces the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, at WrestleMania 39. And the participants are Asuka, Carmella, Natalia, who I predicted. Shout out me. You got Raquel Rodriguez, you got Liv Morgan, and you have Nikki Cross. So to me, there's only one person that makes sense or that has a chance of winning this match, and that's Asuka. What about you?
Yeah, it feels like this is Asuka's match to lose. Asuka versus Bianca is the match that everyone wants. As much as people would love to see a Bianca versus Liv, or Bianca versus even Raquel would be really cool. Um, it's Asuka, man. The new look, or the new old look. You could kind of say she's bringing back a look that she used from her days in Japan, and it's so fresh, and it feels like this is what we need right now. We needed kind of one of these. We needed something. I don't know. There was something missing from this women's division, and Asuka returning as Kana with the haircut and the mannerisms, and really this evil dark gimmick in the mist. It's just awesome. So yeah, it feels like there's no real other choice besides her. I mean, when she took off that mask and revealed the face paint at the Rumble, that pop was insane.
Yeah, she got a great reaction at the Royal Rumble, which just goes to show how much the people really love Asuka. And once Rhea chose Charlotte, everyone pretty much assumed that Asuka was going to be the one to face Bianca at
Yeah,
WrestleMania because it makes the most sense and it's going to be fucking awesome. So stop
yeah, it's
crying
gonna be
about
an incredible match.
Rhea not choosing Bianca, because both women's matches are going to absolutely rule. So
Yeah, and we can say like they did do long term story a while back, looking like it might lead to Rhea and Bianca, and that
but
probably was
it's
the plan. That was probably the plan at the time. Plans
but it's
change.
also like, was it long-term booking? Like, she said like one sentence to Bianca backstage. Like, I feel like people read too much into that.
No, yeah, totally. But it's also just like plans change. There's already a story there with Charlotte. The match is going to be sick, and Rhea's going to go over. Like,
Yeah. Rhea's gonna have her moment. So another thing I wanted to talk about, what do you which what do you think's gonna be the other main event? Because obviously they're gonna do Cody versus Roman. But do you
I
think
think
they're gonna do the SmackDown or the Raw women's title in the main event?
I think Rhea versus Charlotte. I think
That's what
probably.
That's what I thought, but I saw people tweeting that the that like Graves was said that they were like saying that the winner of the Elimination Chamber match was like facing Bianca Belair in the main event of WrestleMania. Um, I don't know how true that is, but it's also I always just like the winner of the Royal Rumble main events WrestleMania. So like
Yeah,
that,
that'd be my guess. My guess is that it's going to be Rhea and Charlotte the first night and Cody and Roman the second night.
yeah.
That would be my guess for now.
Yeah, I completely agree. So let's move on to the men's Elimination Chamber match for the United States Championship. You got Johnny Gargano, you got Bronson Reed, you got Damian Priest, you got Montez Ford, you got Austin Theory, and you have Seth freaking Rollins. Now, I'll say this. I would be happy if any one of these guys won the championship, even Damian
Mhm.
Priest. Um, So like I'm super excited for this match because I
Yeah.
think these dudes can put on an absolute banger, especially that they got Montez Ford in there. He's going to do
Mm-hmm.
something crazy, probably frog splash off the top of the pod. Um, I mean, I don't know. I'm just really excited because any one of these guys could win the match. Um, who do you, if you had your choice, you could pick anyone from this match to make them United States champion. Who would you choose to win?
Probably Montez Ford. Because I think it would be unexpected. I think it would be really cool. I think it would be a great moment. And then I think we could lead to an Angelo Dawkins turn and get Montez versus Dawkins at Mania for the U.S. title.
That could
Give me
happen.
that. I don't know. I just really want Montez versus Dawkins. I think that feud would just be so fucking elite. I think it would just be like so like I think it would have everybody dragged in. I think those guys would be able to tell like a really, really awesome story. Um, between the two of them, I think they'd be able to get like a lot of passion and emotion out of that package. Um, bro, I did it. That was so funny that I just said that. Get a lot of passion and emotion out of that package. But seriously, they would get a lot of passion and emotion out of that package.
Yeah, I mean, I think Montez Ford. We've been calling for it for a long time.
The
I
Montez
think
Ford solo run is going to be sick.
yes, and also on the other side of that, an Angelo Dawkins singles run would also be sick.
Totally.
A lot of great
Totally. I'm a
matches.
big
Um,
Dawkins fan.
yeah, and so it's tough
I
because
do
like
think Theory wins though.
I also think Theory wins. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get into why in once we talk about WrestleMania because that's. Do you think that's why? Without saying anything, are we
Yeah,
thinking?
I just think he's gonna hold the title till then. I
Yeah.
like because
So
of that. I think
yeah.
that's the match we're getting.
Yeah. So I completely agree. I would be like I am almost rooting for like Montez Ford or Bronson Reed. I want to see Bronson Reed get a big push.
Yeah, I could see that.
I would like to see
I could see any of these guys coming out with a win, really.
I know. That's what
But
I'm saying.
I do
So
think the best way to go. I think Theory's been putting out the best work of his career by far. Um, even on commentary recently, he's been really good. Like just like more entertaining. Um, dude, what was I literally sent you a quote I think the other day
yeah,
that he
I don't
said,
remember it.
and it was hilarious. Like it was. I need to
Well,
pull it up.
it's because like him and Corey Graves, like Corey
Him and
Graves is awesome. They're a
oh
great
yeah,
pairing just because like Corey Graves plays the suck up really well to
oh
whoever's
yeah.
on commentary. Even with Zelina, well, Zelina's on SmackDown, but yeah, I mean, Austin Theory's probably going to win. He's been pretty entertaining on commentary, like Dillon said. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Like, really, anyone in this match could win, and I don't think anyone would be upset if either one of these six men win. I think there's reasons why a few of them aren't going to win, setting up certain matches for WrestleMania that we'll get into once we're done talking about the Elimination Chamber. But
Found it. It was Austin Theory said this to Kevin Patrick. He said, "You need to respect me every day of your life." And I don't know what, like, he said it better than that too. And it was just funny that he said it like Kevin Patrick said something stupid. He was like, "You need to respect me, Kevin. You need to respect me every day of your life." And it was just, it was good. It made me laugh pretty hard.
Yeah. Theory's got some good lines on
Yeah, he's
commentary
got,
for
dude, and
sure.
he's gotten so much better too in these last months. Now that they're letting him just like, just really kind of just go out there and stop doing the selfie shit and stop doing the stupid shit and just like be a dickhead heel. And he's good at
Yeah.
it, and he's good in the ring, man. It's really good in the
Yeah.
ring. So,
Yeah, he's definitely
um,
getting better.
so I guess we'll move on to Mania then, right?
Yeah, let's go over some Mania match card or matches for our early match card predictions. I'll say this. The past couple of years, WrestleMania, the two nights have ranged from 14 to 16 matches total. They usually do 6 or 7 matches one night, and then the second night they'll usually do about 2 or 3 more than the first night. So we're gonna get into a few of them right now. So obviously, we think they're gonna do Bianca Belair versus Asuka. They're already doing Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. They're already doing Cody versus Roman for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So let's go over some matches that we think they're going to do at WrestleMania 39, the showcase of the Immortals. So first off, I'm going to start us off here. Obviously, me and Dillon have already talked prior to this to collaborate. I think
Yeah.
they're still going to do Bayley versus Becky at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely, it feels like we're gonna get Bailey versus Becky. I feel like this feud is gonna extend, and I could definitely see some, them going for some sort of history. Like, I think they might do like a match and a stipulation in the match that like has never been done in a women's match before. That was my theory.
Three
Do
stages of hell.
that would be fucking crazy.
Give
I
us a
feel
three
like
stages of hell match, man. Come
give
on.
us 3 stages of hell for Bobby and Brock, dude.
That
That would
would be sick
be
too.
literally insane. But yeah, I was trying to think. Do you know any matches off the top of your head that you can think that like women have never competed in?
Um, hmm.
Because they've done a pretty good job at getting most of them out of the way. Because there was a lot,
Uh,
obviously.
I feel like there's like random rare matches.
No, totally.
Like
Uh,
dog collar.
um, yeah, no, I was thinking something like crazier than that though.
Crazier than a dog collar match?
Not like crazy. I mean, they're not gonna do like.
Inferno
It's not
match?
gonna. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I just thought they were maybe they'll do just like an Extreme Rules match or a Street Fighter or something, or Last Woman Standing, or I didn't think they were gonna do Last Woman Standing because they did that with Bailey and Bianca recently.
Yeah, maybe in
But it
I
feels like
quit.
if we do get Becky Bailey, it can't be a regular match, right?
No, because they already just
We've
they
already
did a
gotten a
steel
steel
cage
cage.
match on
Yeah, so
Raw.
it's like yeah, they did a steel cage match on Raw, so it's like they can't go to Mania and have a regular singles match.
I could see them doing another Iron Woman match.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I would like that.
That'd be sick.
Bailey versus Becky and an Iron Woman. I could see that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's mark that down. Let's have that be our
Marked.
prediction.
That's our prediction. There you have it.
Becky
Stamped it.
versus Bailey in a 60-minute Iron Woman match.
Yeah. That would be sick.
And it kicks off the first day of Mania.
Hell yeah. So
Like it.
there we go. Official match prediction. Bailey versus Becky. 60 woman Iron Woman.
60 woman Iron Man match. Okay.
So I think let's go to another. I don't know if I want to say it's obvious, but Ray versus Dom. Seems like
yeah,
that's where it's leading. WrestleMania. Ray's gonna slap his kid, probably at Elimination Chamber, and we're gonna get this
it
match.
feels like we're getting that at Mania, or neither of them are going to be on the Mania card at all. That's pretty much what it feels like.
I feel like they gotta do it at Mania.
Oh no, I agree. That's why I feel like I agree. I think it's happening at Mania. And hopefully, between the two of them, they'll be able to figure out something and put together something really cool between father and son.
I think they will. I mean, as long as who do you think needs to win? Because I feel like Dom needs to win. Okay.
Yeah, he does
So
need to win.
and I think they will because remember when Dom turned on Ray? Dom fucking clocked Ray.
Yeah.
So I think Ray's just gonna be like, listen, Dom, like let's just go out there. Like you can be like a little stiff with me. Like let's just
Yeah.
really like give this
Like,
our all.
yeah. No, totally. I mean, this is their
So
dream.
I think it could be a really good match.
No, I think so too. And I mean, let's not mistake, like as much hate as Dominic Mysterio gets, he's not too old. Like he's relatively younger.
Yeah.
And he is the son of the greatest luchador of all time. Like Rey Mysterio is one of the best to ever do it. One of the best to ever step in a squared circle. So, I mean, just the fact that Rey Mysterio is going to be the match is going to make it a lot better. And also, like, the chemistry is going to be crazy because it's Rey and his son.
Yeah. And
so it really feels like we're getting that match.
And the promos leading up to it are going to be pretty good also because
Yeah.
I think they're going to. I think we may see more of like Dom on his own or just Dom with just Rhea.
Or what if we get Rhea versus Rey for the custody of Dominic?
Oh.
That would be so funny.
Do it.
Awesome. Book it. Rhea versus Rey for the custody of Dominic.
That would be insane. Dominic. I mean, the story's there.
So much.
The story's definitely there.
Yeah, it would be hilarious. They're not going to do that.
No,
but
it's maybe a little too crazy.
Feels like we're getting Dom versus Rey.
Yeah. So yeah, that could be a really fun match, and I think it could be a match that is better than people expect or will give credit for it. So let's move on to another somewhat obvious match, and that is Seth Rollins taking on Logan Paul. As much as I want to hate Logan Paul and that I do hate Logan Paul, he has gotten better in the ring. It seems like he has been at least putting in somewhat of the work to get better in the ring. And it has shown, but I want someone better for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. However, there is no denying the fact that this is going to be a big money match, and it is already starting to feel like a big money match. Seth Rollins absolutely cooked Logan Paul on the Pat McAfee show a day or two ago, or by the time you're listening to this, a few days ago. So
yeah,
it looks like this feud is already starting to heat up. I'm assuming Logan's gonna respond on his podcast, and we'll probably see Logan on Monday Night Raw. Maybe tonight by the time you're listening to this, or maybe within the next couple of weeks. So pretty good.
I feel like it'll probably
happens, right?
I feel like he's gonna wait till I feel like they're gonna wait till after Elimination Chamber for Logan Paul to show up on Raw or anything. But also feels like
do you think Logan shows up at the chamber to sort of cost Seth the match or something?
I could see it for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does feel like we're gonna get Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. And listen, Logan Paul has proven himself as he's got the potential to do some good work in the ring. And when you're paired up with this is the thing I'll say about Logan Paul, and like I said, he does, like, as we've seen, he dives into these different ventures, and he really does, like, it almost seems as if Logan Paul is like goes through, I don't even want to say like manic episodes, but where he dives in fully to these different ventures, and he gets like so almost like obsessed with the different things that he's doing, like how when he dived into boxing and dived into like wrestling and like just trying to become better. With that being said, is it kind of a bummer that Seth Rollins isn't going to be going up against a top tier wrestler at WrestleMania? Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but the match still has potential to be really good. But the one thing that could ruin all of this, dude, is fucking Logan Paul going over on Seth Rollins at Wrestle fucking Mania, dude. And I'm so scared that it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can't fucking happen, bro.
Yeah.
The boos are gonna be crazy. If he beats Seth, like that's the thing though. Like if you wanted, that's why I'm just like, I don't know if Triple H is that dumb.
Oh man. It's cuz like I want to have faith in Triple H, like I really do, but I've just been scarred so much from WWE and their poor decisions that like I just can't. There's like a part of me deep down in my gut where like they might have Logan win. Like that's what's like scares me.
Yeah, that's the scariest part about it. And it's just like,
I'll
so
be
like
furious. I'll be very angry if Logan
yeah,
wins. Like I
so
would
will I.
rage. It will ruin whatever matches after that. I will be too angry to even watch. Like
Bro, it's gonna be like I'm about to say some crazy shit, bro. And I'm gonna get fucking people are gonna like clown me for saying this, but I don't even care. If Logan Paul beating Seth Rollins at WrestleMania will be comparable to the Undertaker's streak being ended at WrestleMania. Like in the way that it will absolutely kill the event and damper the thing. Like that's all I'm saying. Like I think that's like it will be comparable to that, to like literally like the most disappointing loss in WrestleMania history of the Undertaker losing his streak to Brock
well,
Lesnar of all
and
people.
it's going to be similar. I don't know if you caught Dynamite last night, but the Acclaimed just lost their tag titles to
Bro,
the
I know.
Guns.
What the hell was
And it was
that?
the same thing. Like everyone was like silent, like the place was dead after that. So like I mean that's you
That was a
follow us.
bad call on AEW's part. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to stay up to date with our social media because that's where we talk more about
Yeah.
things in the moment because I was very mad about that. But getting back to Seth versus Logan,
Yeah.
I'll say this. Seth is going to absolutely cook Logan on the mic
On the
leading up
mic,
to this.
dude, it's
It
going to be
does not matter.
fucking awesome.
Logan, there's nothing Logan's gonna say. Seth's gonna fucking put him in a blender, and
like
it's
it
like
literally
he's
that's
gonna
the
end him
thing.
before the match. That's all it's gonna be.
Like
Seth is going to cook him, and there's no reason for the match.
That's what I'm
That's that.
saying, bro. Like they can't like you can't if Logan Paul wants if they want to give Logan Paul a WrestleMania win, you put him up against literally anybody but Seth Rollins. Pretty much. Like
Yeah.
you like if you wanted to like there's so many people that they could get away with Logan Paul getting a win on.
Yeah. Like
They can't get away with Logan Paul getting a win on Seth freaking Rollins of all people. I don't even say that like his name, like because it's his name. I'm saying it like let's talk about it, dude. The guy's like the best in the world, in my opinion. In my opinion, when it comes to the complete package, Seth Rollins is at the top of my list, and he's been at the top of my list for a few years now. I just think when it comes to the complete package that delivers on a consistent basis, it's Seth Rollins. He's the best in the world at being a professional wrestler. Just my opinion.
And you can't deny the fact he has been the most consistent wrestler for the past year or two, like easily,
bro. Several years,
and he's easily
like 5 years,
top three wrestler, like easily. Like you could debate some people.
Bro,
I don't disagree with him at number one.
Seth is top 3. Seth is probably top 3 in ring and on the mic in the world, like separately.
Yeah. And it's also just like you can't have Logan Paul be a top 2 or 3 star in your company.
Yeah, we're talking about it as if it's like already happened. So we should
but it's like
we're getting heated. No, it could happen.
It could happen. And like I just want to like
it can't happen. No, that's what I'm saying. The thing that gives me faith is I'm like, bro, if they wanted to give Logan Paul a win, they would be smart enough and give him a win against somebody that isn't Seth Rollins.
But would they? Would they be smart enough? Do you think
Seth
Vince
can't
is in
lose.
Triple H's ear? Like I know
Seth can't lose this match.
I know that they said Vince isn't in creative, but like if Vince is in the company, who knows who he's talking to, what he's saying, you know?
No, listen, bro, I'm with you. I'm not saying like Not saying
There's,
it
I think.
won't happen.
What do you think? What do you think is the percentage of chance?
I
Logan
truly
Paul
think there's
wins
a
this match?
50-50 chance it happens.
I agree. I think it's pretty high that Logan wins this match. As much as
I don't think it's
much,
more than 50. I think Seth has just as good a chance.
yeah. And it's also just like
I have faith also that Seth will cook him so fucking bad that they won't have a choice but to put him over.
I mean,
I have a feeling like before, like even if now the plan is like, okay, we're thinking we're gonna put Logan over. Like I think Logan is going to become like, especially if he goes against Seth, he's gonna become the fucking biggest heel in the company just by fucking being Logan Paul going against Seth. I know I won't even say not, but let's not give Logan Paul that much credit because he won't be. He won't be the biggest heel in the company just by being Logan Paul. Half of the reason he would become the biggest heel would be because he's going against Seth Rollins. Like, let's make that clear. But yeah, I just think like I would say, luckily, I want to say I have enough faith at least, hopefully, that like even if the current plan is like, all right, we think we're gonna have Logan win. Let's see what happens. I think Seth is just gonna like fucking cook him so bad.
dude.
Like and that Logan's just gonna get booed so bad that they're just gonna be like, dude, like this could ruin WrestleMania. Like we can't have.
I mean, he already cooked him on the Pat McAfee show. Like,
bro, it was great.
That
he was
is
like tax evasion. That's what it was.
Yeah,
dude, so funny. I mean, he was like, what did he call him? Called him a leech.
I think so. But like, oh man, that whole gosh. He already cooked him. That's it. He already cooked him. Like we don't need
and dude, when they stand face to face, like that's what I mean. Like Seth Rollins, like you can't stand in a squared circle with Seth Rollins and get cocky and not get fucking cooked. Like Logan Paul is going to get destroyed.
I'll say this. The match, Logan Paul versus
like
Seth Rollins
like Logan Paul might get like I'm worried that Seth Rollins might offend Logan Paul really badly in a promo.
Oh, he will.
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely will. It's gonna get real. I swear to
God.
Logan
Logan Paul's gonna they're probably gonna need to hit a serious point. Dude. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I think it's gonna be a point where they're gonna be like, Logan, like we know, like you said, like we understand you're saying it's cool, whatever. Like we are professional wrestlers. Like you don't understand the shit we're about to say. In front of like 20,000 people, live, and you're just gonna have to react. Like that's the other thing, bro. When people like, that's the biggest thing that people forget about professional wrestling. Like they gotta go out and do the shit live for a live reaction in front of 20,000 people.
Yeah,
it's really easy to sit on like, or for Logan Paul to like set up a thing on a podcast. And I'm not saying he's gonna be like terrible on the mic or whatever, but like
I think he's gonna like he's not that good. Like at least in wrestling, he has not been good on the mic. He's not good at cutting promos. Like
no, he hasn't been great. I've seen worse.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I'm saying. I've seen worse. But I'm saying like I don't think he realizes like I don't think he truly like understands like the feeling he's going like that's going to go through his body when Seth Rollins, one of the best in this business, says a line that like truly cuts him deep to his core live in front of 20,000 people in an arena, and he's has to react.
He's going to get exposed. Seth is going to expose him. So
that's what I'm saying.
Like he's going to get flustered. Seth's going to come hard at him, and then the crowd's going to obviously
he's going to be like, "What? What's going on, Logan?
Yeah.
Logan, where's the Logang?" He's going to be like, "Ha ha ha ha! Where's the Logang?"
Dude, oh man. It's gonna be
dude. I just can't wait for. I just need him to. I need him to do the thing that he did to Theory, where Logan Paul is about to say something and he goes, "Shut your mouth and let them sing."
Yeah,
and just like, bro, I need that. I wish Seth. I don't know why, but I just like really want Seth to open every promo with that from now on. I think that would be like. He did it once, but it was so good. He needs to start doing it. Just shut your mouth and let them sing. And then just like,
bro, because Seth is the best. They
I
ain't gonna
fucking
stop
love
singing.
Seth. I get excited thinking about it. Like literally, they would not stop singing. That's the thing. You're gonna put Logan Paul in a ring with Seth Rollins.
He's not gonna get a word out, dude. He's
Bro, and you're gonna
attention.
test this, and you're gonna test this crowd to not go "Ah," for
They're gonna
7
boo him.
minutes straight,
He
or
will
boo
not
him,
get his
or what
attention
him.
out.
Dude, they're gonna what him.
He will.
He said he didn't know what the whatting shit was, bro. He didn't know what the what shit was.
He's an
He
idiot.
didn't know what the what shit was, bro.
He's an
He's
idiot.
gonna go into a ring and he's going to get whatted at every single word he
And
says.
he's gonna try to just talk over them. It's not gonna be enough. Crowd's gonna be too rowdy. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be
This is
great.
bad.
I'm actually excited for it. Actually, let's get excited for this. Seth is gonna show. Seth is gonna embarrass him.
I'm excited because I have faith that A, Seth is going to absolutely cook him before the match even starts, and then B, in the match, Seth is just gonna expose him. It's simple as that. On the mic, in the ring, Seth is going to expose him. Now, there's probably going to be a cool spot or two from Logan, but at the end of the day, it's Seth freaking Rollins. Let's not try to talk ourselves into it. He's going to win.
Yeah.
He's going to win.
Yeah.
Triple H is smart enough.
Yeah, so let's just say, but yeah, so maybe we should move on because we'll just get heated talking about this all day.
Yeah. That got me heated. All right. So let's move on to another match, Finn versus Edge. I think that's where they're going. Do you think this could be in like a Hell in a Cell like they originally had planned at the Rumble?
3 stages of hell. I think actually this is the most likely that we get 3 stages of hell. Dude, I think there's a chance. Like, how many 3 stages of hell matches have there been? Like 10?
Probably
less than
single
10?
digits. I would say less than 10.
I feel like Triple H has been in several of them. Like,
he probably has.
Like, that's what I mean.
Like 3 or 4.
I know Triple H. I'm almost positive Triple H has been in 3 stages.
I'm gonna find out right now. But yeah, I mean let's bring that match back. I know we talked about it in our drafts, but like, that's a great stipulation.
And then they could easily, and Finn versus Edge is the perfect match to do it. They could do.
Do you think they'll do like Demon Finn?
Yeah, we're getting Demon Finn, and I think he's gonna be like black and purple and shit. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, so there's only been 4 3 stages of hell matches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
like total. That's crazy.
Who's been in them?
Let's see.
I feel like Triple H was in more than one. Maybe I'm lying.
Oh, I think there's been 5 actually. Let me see here. Okay. The first Stone Cold versus Triple H 2001 No Way Out. We've got Shawn Michaels versus Triple H Armageddon 2002. That's not it. Okay, I think there have been 4.
When was the last one? Like 2006, 2005?
I don't know what this article is.
It's all right. We don't even have to fucking. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Fuck it.
If anybody's gonna bring back the 3 stages of hell match, it's gonna be Triple H. He's been in multiple.
Yeah, let's get more of those. Those rule. How has there only been that few? That's insane.
Probably because it's a real, like, you have to think how long that match would probably be. And how much setup it takes.
Yeah, but it was
you gotta like, because you gotta have 3 matches literally in one. Like, you gotta have.
Yeah, but I mean, they also have 60-man/woman matches.
No, I agree. I just meant like material wise. Like, can you like you just gotta go through like a fucking street fight and then an I Quit match and then a Hell in a Cell match and you're just like,
but it'd be sick.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm in.
Book it, WWE.
So I do think we get Edge versus Finn. 3 stages of hell would be fucking awesome. But I feel like the prediction is probably the best prediction to go is probably Hell in a Cell. Finn versus Edge and Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I completely agree. So let's move on to another match that was sort of been floating around the reports, and that's Damage Control against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for the women's tag titles. This is something I think we pitched a few months ago.
Yeah, we pitched this a while ago, dude. We've been saying put Ronda and Shayna together forever.
And this got a lot of hate on Twitter, but I'll say this. it's better than whatever Ronda Rousey's doing. I think her and Shayna could be a really fun team. And I think
Dude, listen. Honestly, this is the first match I will ever be okay with Ronda Rousey winning, probably. I would
Yeah.
be perfectly fine with her winning because as much as I love Damage Control, they're not doing shit with the women's tag team titles, and
Yeah.
putting them on Ronda and Shayna is really probably the best thing for them. Like,
Yeah. And that might be controversial, but I think I agree. Like, I think putting the titles
yeah,
on Shayna and Ronda could do a lot for them. And I know we said that a while ago, but like they haven't really been doing much with the tag titles. So I think Shayna and Ronda just being like the bullies of the division and just like challenging people to step up and then just breaking everyone's arms. Like, I think it could be a lot of fun, and I think it could
yeah,
really help the women's tag title. So I hope we
totally.
get that match, and I kind of
Yeah,
want
me
Shayna and
too.
Ronda to win.
Me too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So let's move on to another match that I really hope they do. And that is Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew for the IC title. Talk about a meat fest. Talk about slapping each other in the chest. I mean, WWE, book it. Let's not think about this too hard.
Yeah,
Damn,
exactly.
like
Let's not overthink this one, guys. Come on.
just do
There's
it.
these three men have been in a package, a program involving each other for a few like months now. And now Drew McIntyre's gotten involved as of recent. And I mean, come on, let's lead it all to Drew versus Sheamus versus Gunther for the IC title. I originally, a while back, I don't know if you remember, a while back, I pitched um a Drew heel turn and Sheamus, and then Drew versus Sheamus at Mania for the IC title.
Yeah.
Um, and that was with the idea that Gunther was going to lose the IC title and then go against Brock. So I just want to point out that I've had Drew involved in this storyline for a very long time. And I'm happy that even though it's not quite what I predicted, the reports and it does feel like this is what we're gonna get. So like you were saying, like we were saying in the beginning, don't overthink this one. It's easy to set up from here on out. And it's just a banger of a match that everyone fucking wants to see.
It's gonna
So
rule, dude. It's gonna be
it's gonna
so
rule. It's gonna be
awesome.
match of the night probably.
Yeah, easily. I mean,
So dude, imagine
just
kicking
do it.
off Mania with Drew versus Gunther versus Sheamus. Oh my
And
god.
I mean, we already saw what Sheamus and Gunther did. They
And
just beat
Gunther
the
can
piss out
do,
of each
dude.
other. Throw Drew in there.
Oh my
Yes,
god, dude. It's
just
gonna be
do it.
insane.
Just do it. That's all I gotta
So
say.
yeah. So we're both pretty much all in on that one. That triple
Yeah.
threat for the IC title.
So let's move on to another one that I think they absolutely have to do, and that is the Usos taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This is going
Yeah.
to be a big moment for Sami and KO, and it's one that I think they absolutely have to do. Mostly because who's gonna beat the Usos if not Sami and KO? We've been
Yeah.
saying it for a while. They're the ones to dethrone the Usos. Like, as it stands right now, WWE has not built a single tag team that is capable of beating the Usos, that makes fans believe that they can beat the Usos. Like, so it's really as simple as that. Regardless if it's for one title or if it's for both titles, Sami and KO need to dethrone the Usos at WrestleMania. Again, it's right there. It's simple. The storyline is going to be awesome. The moment's going to be awesome. So WWE, just do it. It's simple as that. Let's just do it. And so another match that at least I think is a really good chance of happening is Austin Theory versus John Cena. And I think it's going to be for the United States Championship, which is why I guess we both think
Yeah.
Theory's going to win the Elimination Chamber. And
We had
although
all the
this
same picks
match,
for Chamber anyway.
yeah, so although this match may not need the United States Championship, we said it last week, I think, and we both think it really will add a lot to the storyline.
Yeah, so we were talking about it. Like John Cena doesn't need a title in any of his feuds. Specifically a John Cena versus Austin Theory feud for the United States Championship does feel like this is like one of the few feuds that it does feel like a title actually really would benefit the feud. Because of John Cena's long history with the US title, he's going to go down as one of the greatest United States champions, if not the greatest United States champion in WWE history. Who can remember? Of course, it's the first title it was the first title he ever won in WWE. Who could ever forget his iconic spinner, US title spinner belt?
I like the design. I'll say it right
Yeah,
now. I'm not scared to
and I'll
admit it.
say this: not, and I'll say this, it's much better looking than the WWE spinner belt. How about that? The U.S. title
Yeah.
one is way better than the WWE spinner. And I don't know if that's a hot take, but in my opinion,
I
I'm
think
not
they
like
both get a lot of hate.
they both get a lot of hate. I'm not a huge fan of either, but I like the U.S. one better.
I like the U. I'm a fan of the U.S. spinner one.
I like
think
them
it's
for
cool.
John Cena. That's my only
Yeah.
problem with it.
Yeah.
That's been my only problem with those belts, is that it just looks like everyone else is holding the John Cena belt.
Yeah. And I'll say this too. I think them feuding over the U.S. title would also help the U.S. title a lot.
Oh, totally.
Um,
Like the history that John Cena has with the U.S. title, it's the first belt he ever won. Who could ever forget like the great run he had with the U.S. title when he was the U.S. Open Challenge he was doing toward the end of his career.
Unreal.
Yeah, I mean, like so many matches. We were talking about it earlier, but Kevin Owens versus John Cena at Elimination Chamber, literally.
Yeah.
NXT champion versus US champ. That's one of my favorite matches, man.
Dude,
That's probably
when
my favorite debut like match, like WWE main roster debut match in recent memory, man. Like
Yeah.
really can't think of one better than that. And Kevin Owens went over. Like it was really cool.
Well, dude, and remember, I think it was on a weekly show, but KO came out and then he stomps on the US title.
Yeah.
Twists the NXT title. That was so sick. It was awesome.
It
I
was.
love KO. KO might be my
Yeah.
favorite wrestler ever. So
yeah, he's up there for me as well. He's one of the goats.
yeah. So and
But
it's just
yeah,
like
and I think this would be great for Theory as well. Like, and I think it would really test Theory to
test him on the
show.
mic for sure.
That's what I'm saying. It would really test Theory on the mic. And I think it would be Theory's like be nice. I think after this feud, we'll know whether Austin Theory can be a big time player or not.
That'll definitely be a moment where we see what Austin Theory is made of.
And fuck it, let's throw him to the Sharks, man. Like, and if he
sink or
and
swim,
if he,
buddy, that's what's gonna happen.
You're
gonna be standing across from John
at this
Cena.
point,
many have failed, very few have succeeded. Let's see what you're made of.
Yeah,
and let's
pretty
hope
much.
It's not another Roman Reigns situation.
Yeah, it's basically where we're at. Yeah, but I really think that match is happening.
I think so too. And guess what? I pitched it like a month or two ago. So fuck off. That's why you guys stay on the burning hammer. We don't mess around. We know what's up in the professional wrestling world. So let's get into one of the last, probably the last match, then the toughest one to figure out what direction they're going with. And that's what's happening with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. It's hard to really sit here because at the time of recording this, we only got that little video of Bray where Uncle Howdy scared the piss out of everybody in that short little video. We have not heard from LA Knight yet. I'm assuming he's going to come back soon, but obviously in that match, they're just playing on him being absent because of his injuries, which again makes a lot of sense. If it's not LA Knight, I don't know who they're going to put Bray against. We thought it was going to be Uncle Howdy, but now it looks like Bray and Uncle Howdy are teaming up. So what do you think? It's LA Knight? Do you think it's Uncle Howdy? Who do you think is the most likely opponent for Bray at Mania? Could it be Goldberg?
That would be fucking awesome. To just, I'm sorry, I don't even care. I think it would be awesome to just have Bray just fucking destroy Goldberg in 5 seconds. I don't even care if that was his match. It would just be a nice little payback to see Goldberg just get fucking crushed by Bray. Like I said, I think, bro, don't sleep on Brock versus Bray at Mania. I'm just saying it could happen. It needs to be somebody big enough to be in a feud with Bray. I think so. I would have really loved if they did Seth. That was like a slight idea I had until they had. But like it's a slight idea I had, but they just won't do it because they're definitely doing Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I
mean, who would be a money match? Seth versus LA Knight. That would be a sick feud.
I mean, who else is on? Who else Who else, dude? Who else could it be? We
I
got to
mean,
think.
you
Got to
said
go through
Karrion
some names.
Kross,
Yeah, Cross.
who they really dropped the ball with after the Drew McIntyre feud.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it can be Cross, dude.
No. Um, unless
LA,
it's something with an outside party that a new signee or something. You know, maybe Vincent and
yeah.
Dutch could get involved. I don't know. I don't think they're technically signed yet, or at least there haven't been any reports of it.
What about Braun?
Dear God, no.
I'm not saying that I want it.
I mean, the history's there.
That's what I'm saying.
So it would make sense storyline wise, although I don't know. I think Braun's going to turn on Ricochet when they face the Usos for the SmackDown tag titles. Also, I know a lot of people have been enjoying that pairing. I'm not a fan of it. I just want to say that I'm not a big fan of Braun. We'll pivot away from that. But like, I just think it's LA Knight, because then the other question is, if it's not LA Knight, what's LA Knight going to do at Mania? LA Knight versus Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Jesus, sorry, I'm like looking on my phone.
Dude, it's just like
There's some rumors of Karrion, Bray versus Karrion, but it doesn't feel. But it's like all the rumors are pretty much people saying they don't want that. Yeah, dude, it feels weird.
because it wouldn't be. Here's someone else. I don't know what. Maybe Randy. I think he's still gonna be out for a while though.
Yeah, I don't think
with his
so.
injury, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just like it feels like it's got to be Knight, because if you do Brock versus Bray, then what do you do with Lashley at Mania?
Lashley gets added to the U.S. title match. Fatal 4-Way. Or to the IC title match. No, that's just random. That doesn't make sense. I don't know, dude.
Exactly. That's
fucking tough.
It's tough. That's the toughest one to decide.
Bro, but it's like, so the sad thing is, it's like, I don't really want them to do Bray versus LA Knight again, though.
If they have, like, just let them wrestle. Let's not do a weird fucking match. Just let them wrestle. Like, or they could do, like, I don't know, like a no DQ or Extreme Rules match, or like a steel cage or something, but like, don't do a super gimmicky match.
And so it's like, how are they going to go from like doing a one-on-one match?
Oh, Bray. Listen. You can't beat me one-on-one. Can't beat me one-on-one. And so, like, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, there's a lot more that's got to unfold.
And I think a lot will,
especially with the Wyatt, especially with like the Wyatt 6. Like, we got to see if that's officially like a team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is this? Because for the longest time, it really felt like we were gonna get Bray versus Uncle Howdy with the identity of Uncle Howdy being Bo Dallas, his real life brother. So we'll see.
Which it could still be a direction that they're heading, but I mean, we still have some time.
Yeah, it just feels like they're aligned now, like I said, with like, and I think everyone can agree to that after what happened at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. And so again, we are recording this prior to Friday Night SmackDown. So by the time you're listening to this, Monday Night Raw is tonight. We're not able to watch SmackDown. That just happened. So something could happen on SmackDown 2 or 3 days ago that really would help us understand. So that's the biggest thing. I think on SmackDown, I think something's going to happen that's going to help us understand what's going to happen.
Hopefully. So, but I feel like that's pretty much it, right?
That is it. That's all the matches we got right now. Like I said, they're probably going to have a couple more on the card. I would anticipate at least 14 matches for both nights.
Do you think? Oh shit! Do you think they Do you think they have like that type of match, like like how they had like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and stuff like
God.
that?
I hope not.
Like, do you think they have like a match like that? Not even like a big match where multiple people can like be in it.
No.
Word.
I just think
Am
Triple
I?
H sees like those matches do fucking nothing. Like no one.
No,
cares about those type
I
of
agree.
matches.
I agree.
Like
I
let's
was also
give other wrestlers those time slots to actually wrestle good fucking matches.
no, I agree. I was also thinking, what if they did? In my opinion, I thought it would be really cool if they started doing King of the Ring again and then having the tournament end at WrestleMania. I thought that would be cool. They're not going to this year, obviously, but that was just like a random idea I had. Also, again, with Money in the Bank going back to Mania, I think would be big.
Yeah, so there's a lot of wrestling that's going to happen. A lot's going to unfold in the coming weeks leading up to WrestleMania, especially after Elimination Chamber. I think a lot of these feuds are really going to start to heat up, and we'll get more of a sense of the direction that they're going in. So that's going to wrap up the podcast for this week. We went over Elimination Chamber predictions, what we think is going to happen in each match. Plus, we gave you some early match card predictions for WrestleMania 39. So once WrestleMania rolls around the corner and we're like, hey, we predicted that match a month ago. We really did, because we do that shit. Because what do, Dillon? We hit the nail on the head every damn time, because we are the Burning Hammer podcast, and that's just what we do. So the best way to stay up to date with when we release new episodes is to follow us on social media. And that's another great way to get our immediate initial reactions to anything and everything in the professional wrestling world. Plus, we report on news, rumors, and some fantasy booking stuff over there. So make sure to follow us on Twitter at The Burnt Hammer. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Burning Hammer. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to start to post a lot more like fantasy-based pitches, early match card predictions, stuff like that on our YouTube outside of the podcast. So make sure to subscribe to stay up to date for when those come out. By the time you're watching this, I just released a video explaining what an Elimination Chamber match is. So make sure to go check that out to help you get ready for Elimination Chamber this Saturday.
Man. Let's do it.
And if you're listening via audio streaming platform, make sure to leave us a review and make sure to like and follow or subscribe, whatever it is that you're doing. We are available wherever you find podcasts. And me and Dillon write for Vendetta Sports Media. They cover any and every sport, plus TV, movies, and gaming. You can follow them on Twitter at Vendetta VSM. Follow them on Instagram and TikTok at Vendetta Sports Media. And check out VendettaSportsMedia.com. This has been another great episode of the pod. We release episodes every Monday, everywhere, YouTube and audio streaming services. So definitely make sure to give those a listen or watch, whatever it is that you prefer to do. I'm Mark Izzo. He's Dillon O'Brien. And this has been another episode of the Burning Hammer podcast. We'll catch you next week.